Hello everyone. Today we're going to make the second web animated banner about ancient Assyrian art and architecture. So let's take a look the final version first. Okay, let me refresh. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So let's get started. Okay, so please download the image from the link I provided. One is a Photoshop file, which is the final layout of this web banner using Photoshop. And then once you download it, you can move individual layer into Animate CC as an individual layer as well. So, oops. It will look like this. Okay, and as you can see this, there are numbers of layers. So this is a background layer. Image layers on side, these three, and this is a bar, 3 bars on the bottom, and 3 circle images, and the Assyrian, the title, and art and architecture, and the cradle of a civilization, and the red box. Okay, so we're going to start from here. Okay, so first the thing is, I'm going to animate my background image and these 3 images. 1, 2, 3. These 3. Okay, so let me select all 4 bottom layers. The first keyframe, background image 1 to 3, and then go to modify. Insert, create classic tween. And let me insert the keyframe. So we have 2 keyframes per layer. So first I try to have the 1 item per layer, so that's easier to manage. Okay, so first the thing is I'm going to start from maybe images on side. So this bottom one, let me zoom out a little bit so we can see, we can have a kind of better view. So my first image, which is this one, okay, I'm going to change the size of this using transform to panel, and then let me make it about 150%. Let me make sure that the constraint chain is engaged, so you can keep the same proportion. So it does this. Okay. Okay, now second one, which is this. Let me lock these 2, so I can only select the second image only. I'm gonna repeat the same steps. 150% larger, and the third one 150%. So eventually it's gonna do like this. Okay, maybe I can give some little more kind of movement. So for example, the location of this, starting from the outside a little bit like this, so it's getting smaller and moving in, so it's more dynamic. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing for my second one too. This time second one's coming in from the top a little bit, so I'm getting smaller and moving down. So it reminds me of some kind of an Indiana Jones movie. Okay, I'll do the same thing for the very first one. Maybe I'm coming in from the side. Maybe, oops, just like that. Zing, choo. Zing, choo. Okay, and then on my background image, I'm gonna make some changes. So background image, starting from here, and at the end I want to zoom in. So I don't know, let me try. Maybe about that size. Maybe even a little more. So this happens like this. Okay, now also I'm going to change the opacity value of this one, the main background image. So select the image from your stage. Make sure you're clicking on your image on your stage. And then I'm going to change the alpha value down to maybe 50%. Just like this. Okay. In order to give some little more kind of dynamics, let me select all these 4 keyframes, the very first 4 keyframes, and then I'm gonna change it. There's some ease options. So classic is fine, but let me try the is in and out, or is out quart, and see the difference. Or oh, let me just change it this number. Or -100. This is better. So starting slow and getting faster. Like shoo. Okay, I like that. Okay, now the second 3 bars from the bottom. So select these 3 bars and move it to the last frames. So 1 second mark where my first animation, background images and 3 images animation were ended here. Okay, so from here now, select all these keyframes for this bar, 3 bars, and then let me insert classic tween again. I'm gonna assign about just 10 frames. So select all 3 on frame number 40 and insert the keyframe. Don't worry about this white background, we're gonna fix it. And then these 3 at the end, no, at the very beginning, very beginning, they're gonna coming in from the bottom as it keeps the angle, same angle, like this. Okay, looks good. But also I want to give some kind of a little bit different kind of a time gap in between each bar. So the bar 1, the first one is coming in first. I'm not gonna change anything. The bar number 2, I'm gonna drag this entire segment after 5 more frames like this. And bar number 3, another 5. like this. So we're building some kind of a steps. Okay. Okay. And in order to keep all the background images and 3 images in each bar, at the end, select the last frame from bar number 2 image to the bottom, background image, and insert the keyframe so we can keep the same position. So this will happen. So background image is kind of a zooming in, fading out, and 3 images from the side coming in, and then 3 bars coming up from the bottom. Dung dung dung, like that. Okay. I think I missed something. First keyframe, classic is -100. I will do the kind of the same thing. Okay, looks good so far. And then once I have these 3 bars coming in from the bottom, then 3 circular images will be popping up. So let me select all 3, move it to the end of the entire sequence first. Then I'm gonna start from here. Insert, create classic twin, and maybe another 10 frames after that. Insert the keyframe. Don't worry about this white. We're gonna keep copying. So maybe from here, I'm going to change the size of these 3. So select all. No, you have to do this one by one. So first, let me select the first circular image, and then I'm going to make it about 5% smaller, so it's going to be almost gone. The second one, I'll do the same thing, 5% smaller, and the last one, 5%. So it does this. Okay, and also let me change the ease option as well, -100. In order to keep all the kind of missing images, same way. Select all frames on the bottom and then insert the keyframe. So let's take a look from the very beginning. Okay. So we can keep this, but also, like I did this kind of a bar thing, I want to give some kind of a little bit different kind of time gap in between each circular image as well. So circle 1, I will keep it as it is. Circle 2, 5 more frames after. Circle number 3, another 5. And select all again, and insert another keyframe. So we can keep everything on the same spot. So let's take a look. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Okay, looks good so far. Let me back to 80%. Okay. All right. So this is where we are. Okay, looks good so far. Now, there are 4 more frames left. Text and the red circle, the red box thing. So let me move all these 4 frames to the end of this entire sequence. So we have everything now. So let's get started from the Assyrian, just the title, which is this one. Okay. I'm going to select all 4 frames, insert create classic tween, and another frame 10 frames, and then insert a keyframe. Okay, now we can make some changes. So Assyrian, the main title, this one will be coming in from the left. So let me select the first keyframe. I'm gonna move it to somewhere here, which is okay. But what I want is I want to have this Assyrian main title come from the kind of behind one of these images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this layer, the Assyria layer, the main title layer, into move to under image number 2. Okay. So see. Let me keep this everything on the same spot as well. Insert the keyframe. And this too as well. Oops. Insert the keyframe. So watch this. So Assyrian, the title is coming in from behind. See? The image. So we can create some kind of a depth. Okay, so it looks good. Now at the same time, the Assyrian Art and Architecture, which is this layer, I want to have this come in from the right, from opposite direction, like somewhere here. So it's a kind of a crossing. Okay. Let me change the ease option as well. -100. And my main title, Assyria, -100 as well. Okay. So now we have 2 more layers left. The cradle of a civilization will be coming in, let's say, yeah, maybe from the same direction. I'm gonna move it to there. So they are coming in together like that. Okay. Ease option as well. And the last one, the red box. I just added this red box. This one doesn't have any function, but I just added to keep the kind of visual balance, because my art and architecture and then this red box, and then I feel like there are too much red on this side. So in order to keep the visual balance, I added just the red box. So my red box from here, I want to start from the 0% of alpha value and fading in like this. So yeah, that's it. It's pretty simple. So let me rewind. Let's take a look. Yeah. Let me test so we can preview on the web browser. Command return. Yeah, but by default, it will keep repeating. It is kind of looping automatically. So we're gonna say to stop. So let me go back to Animate CC timeline and select the top layer, and your playback head is at the end, located at the end of the frame, and then go to Windows menu and Actions. Choose the code snippet, HTML5 canvas. So we can play this on any device without any plugin file. So on timeline navigation, and choose the stop at this frame. Then it won't loop. It will play just once, and double click. And that's it. You see that little tiny a lowercase a, meaning the last keyframe now has the action to stop. So let's test, preview it. Command return. Yep, it's pretty good. Let me refresh. Boom, boom, boom. Again. Boom, boom, boom. Yep. So that's it. So you can download the source file I provided from the link. So it will be kind of easier. So if you follow my instructions step by step, it won't be that hard. Maybe the more important thing is creating some kind of a mood and atmosphere of this type of a layout presenting the Assyrian art. Okay, thanks for watching and see you next time.